Men, words can lie, but the body rarely does. When a woman cheats, female psychology shows her body language shifts in ways she can't fully control. Today, I'll reveal 5 body language signs that instantly reveal infidelity. Before we get started, hit subscribe and comment if you've ever noticed these body language shifts. It could help another man see the truth. Sign 1. Avoiding eye contact. During simple questions, the most fundamental indicator of deception is the sudden inability to maintain normal eye contact when discussing basic topics that should require no special thought or preparation. This isn't occasional distraction. It's a systematic pattern of visual avoidance that appears specifically when certain subjects arise. Female psychology shows that eye contact avoidance during simple questions reveals internal conflict between her desire to appear normal and her fear of being detected. When you ask where she was, who she was with, or what she did during unaccounted time, her eyes automatically seek escape routes to avoid the psychological pressure of lying while looking directly at you. The pattern becomes obvious through comparison with her normal eye contact behavior. If she typically maintains good eye contact during conversations, but suddenly starts looking away, down, or to the side when discussing her activities, whereabouts, or relationships, her visual behavior is betraying internal anxiety about these specific topics. Watch for accompanying behaviors that cluster around eye contact avoidance. Excessive blinking that indicates stress, looking up and to the right, which often accompanies constructed lies, or rapid eye movements that suggest mental scrambling to formulate acceptable responses. These micro-expressions happen faster than conscious thought, making them nearly impossible to control deliberately. The psychology behind this behavior stems from the cognitive load of maintaining deception. When she's creating false stories or omitting crucial information, her brain is working overtime to construct believable lies while simultaneously monitoring your reactions for signs of suspicion. This mental multitasking overloads her capacity to maintain normal eye contact patterns. Sign 2. Sudden physical distance. Physical intimacy patterns provide reliable indicators of emotional connection, and sudden changes in spatial behavior reveal shifts in her comfort level with closeness and vulnerability. This isn't about decreased sexual activity, it's about fundamental changes in how she positions herself in relation to you during everyday interactions. The psychology behind physical distancing shows that guilt and emotional conflict create unconscious needs for space and protection. When she's investing intimate energy elsewhere, maintaining physical closeness with you becomes psychologically uncomfortable because it conflicts with her redirected emotional attachments. Female psychology reveals that women typically crave physical affection and closeness with partners they're emotionally connected to. When this natural desire for physical proximity suddenly decreases, it indicates that her emotional investment has shifted elsewhere, making physical intimacy with you feel conflicted or even betraying to her other relationship. Watch for specific distancing behaviors, pulling away from casual touches that were once welcome, avoiding spontaneous hugs or kisses, sitting farther away during movie nights or meals, turning her body away from you during conversations, or creating physical barriers like pillows, laptops, or other objects between you during shared activities. The most telling indicator is her reaction to your attempts at physical connection. If casual touches make her tense, if she seems uncomfortable with affection that was once routine, or if she appears relieved when physical contact ends, she's protecting emotional space that's now dedicated to someone else. Sign 3. Fidgeting and restlessness. Nervous energy and restless behavior indicate internal anxiety that she's trying to manage while maintaining the appearance of normalcy. This isn't general stress or busyness, it's specific anxiety related to maintaining deception and managing guilt about her secret activities. Female psychology shows that fidgeting serves as a physical release valve for psychological pressure. When someone is maintaining lies or hiding significant information, their nervous system remains in a state of heightened alertness that manifests through restless physical behaviors that help discharge accumulated tension. The specific types of fidgeting behavior provide clues about her internal state. Hair twirling or touching often indicates self-soothing behavior related to anxiety. Finger tapping or leg bouncing suggests impatience or desire to escape the current situation. Playing with jewelry or clothing reveals unconscious needs for comfort objects, and frequent position changes show difficulty settling into comfortable interaction with you. Watch for fidgeting that appears specifically during conversations about her activities, relationships, or whereabouts. If she becomes restless when discussing certain topics but remains calm during other conversations, her body is reacting to the stress of those particular subjects. The timing and intensity of fidgeting behaviors reveal their connection to deception-related anxiety. If she becomes noticeably more restless when her phone buzzes, when you ask about her plans, or when certain names or places come up in conversation, her nervous energy is responding to stimuli related to her hidden activities. Sign 4. Forced or overdone. Smiles' authentic emotional expressions involve the entire face, while manufactured expressions typically engage only the mouth area without corresponding changes in the eyes, eyebrows, or overall facial tension. When maintaining deception, she often overcompensates with exaggerated positive expressions designed to mask guilt or create false impressions of normalcy. The psychology behind forced smiling reveals the performance aspect of maintaining deception. She knows that appearing happy and normal is crucial to avoiding suspicion, so she consciously produces smiles and laughter that feel appropriate for the situation without experiencing the genuine emotions that would naturally create those expressions. Female psychology shows that authentic smiles engage the entire facial structure, creating crow's feet around the eyes, lifting the cheeks, and involving subtle muscle movements throughout the face. Forced smiles typically involve only the mouth muscles, creating expressions that appear practiced, held too long, or disconnected from the eyes and upper face. Watch for smiles that don't match the conversation content, laughter that seems disproportionate to the humor level of the situation, or positive expressions that appear immediately after moments of tension or difficult questions. These compensatory expressions serve to redirect attention away from topics or emotional states she's trying to hide. The most revealing aspect is the timing and duration of these expressions. Genuine emotions create expressions that flow naturally with conversation rhythms, while manufactured expressions often appear too quickly after stress triggers, last longer than natural emotional responses, or seem disconnected from the emotional content of the interaction. Sign 5. Guarding her phone or purse. With her body, protective body language around personal objects reveals anxiety about discovery and the need to maintain control over information that could expose her activities. This isn't normal privacy. It's defensive behavior that indicates her belongings contain evidence she can't afford to have discovered. The psychology behind protective positioning shows that when someone has secrets to protect, they unconsciously create physical barriers between potential threats and the objects that contain compromising information. Her body language becomes a security system designed to prevent accidental or intentional access to evidence of her affair. Female psychology reveals that this protective behavior extends beyond just hiding the contents. It includes managing the physical positioning of devices and personal items to minimize any possibility of exposure. She becomes hyper-aware of screen angles, device placement, and access opportunities that might reveal information she's protecting. Watch for specific protective behaviors, angling her phone screen away from you even during innocent activities, keeping her purse unusually close or positioned between you and her, crossing her arms or creating physical barriers when using devices, moving to different locations to use her phone privately, or becoming anxious when you're near her personal belongings. The most telling indicator is the change in her relationship with these objects around you. If she once shared phone content casually, left devices accessible without concern, or was comfortable with you being nearby during her personal activities, sudden protective behavior represents a fundamental shift in what these objects now contain.